I'm the Gunbuck, this is the finals, and in today's video, we're gonna go over the mid-season update 2.6.0. But first, I'd like to thank everybody who's been tuning in to my channel. I really appreciate all the love. And we've got a new Discord that's been popping off. So if you're interested in joining the Discord, please find the link below in the description. You don't have to be good, you just have to be cool. So let's, now that we're past that, let's get right into the update itself. Now, the big thing about this mid-season update is the new LTM or limited time mode, Terminal Attack. So I'm sure all of you have probably seen the video, the trailer video, so I'm not going to play that, of course. You can find that like on the finals YouTube and all that kind of jazz. But I'm pretty excited to play this. I'm going to be streaming my play through this later today, or at, the day of this release, May 2nd. So let's read what they put here. Terminal Attack is a new 5v5 single-life attack and defend game mode in which contestants take turns delivering the decryption key to the terminal, and the best of 7 rounds wins. Attackers are tasked with completing the upload, while defenders must prevent it by any means necessary. We'll have no revives, no healing, you'll get 1 life. However, players can regenerate up to 100 HP, and gadgets do not regenerate at all. So engage with caution and go in with a plan. You can play Terminal Attack in the maps. They've got Cis Horizon, Monaco, and Las Vegas. And be warned, the destruction you cause will carry over through all 7 rounds. Throughout the event, cash in contracts to earn the event cosmetics to show your support to CNS, a rogue hacking collective, and via a cybersecurity firm. Which side are you on? Cool, sure. Get in there, contestants. So essentially, this is pretty interesting in terms of like the utilities being, you'll only get the utilities to play through once, and that's, I believe, through all 7 rounds, or however long it goes. That's pretty crazy. Now, I think your specializations will always regen. But yeah, very, very interesting. So I'm pretty excited to try this out and see how it goes. And then the rest of this is just kind of goes into a little bit about what they've added in this update, but we'll dive a little more deeply into that. Some of the highlights, though, is this update has changed private matches, where the minimum now to start a private match is 2 players. So that's pretty dope. And now they've added power shift into private matches. So I don't know, can you do like a 1v1 power shift? That would be, I don't know, really boring or kind of interesting. I'm not sure. This is crazy too. This is almost like, I don't know if this is unheard of, right? Like, they've added 2 bonus battle pass pages with rewards. That's pretty nuts. And then of course, they've added soul on power shift. That's kind of dope. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, and now you can buy individual items that were usually or traditionally sold in bundles. So like if you ever wanted like one thing from a big bundle, you can now purchase that one thing. So that's actually really cool as well. After I go through these patch notes, we're going to jump in game. We're going to do some testing on some of the changes, and we're going to look at some of the stuff in the store. So let's continue on here. There's a note on anti-cheat. They put out a big article on this. And just to sum it up, they are working on it. I'll see some stuff. I'm pretty active like on the Reddit and some of the Facebook groups. Some of the things that people say is like, oh, they need to quit putting out skins and work on the work on the cheaters. And they are. They have different departments for different things. So just because they're coming out with new game content doesn't mean it's taking away from their team that is allocated toward working on the cheating system. The cheating is it's not great, but the cheating across all FPS, in fact, all games, is pretty prevalent. And the thing is, guys, like, if we just stick to this game, because the game fundamentally is freaking awesome. It is the best thing out. I absolutely love this game. And you just got to go through this new game, this new development team, go through them within the growing pains. But like, come on, all FPSs are dealing with cheaters. Embark they are focused on it. It will get better. I mean, this you just got to ride it out, man. Just ride it out, yo. But some of the things that they've done is they've added a new report system where you can record things, not only cheating, but like, let's say like egregious harassment behavior and stuff like that. And you can report it. So they're making moves. Let's just, give them a break. This game is dope. Let's go. Let's continue on. Balance changes. So here's a big one. Big one, was that a pun? Did I just do a pun on accident? Barricade for the heavy. They've increased the size of the barricade by 20%. We're going to jump into the practice mode at the end of, as I go through these notes, and we're going to actually take a look at what they've done with the barricade. Glitch grenades. They've updated the glitch effect so that it can now pass through mesh shields and dome shields. So what this means is when you throw the glitch grenade, it will have an effect on the mesh and the dome, meaning that it vaporizes it upon impact, but it would also now affect people that were inside of that mesh or behind the mesh and inside the dome. So that's cool. That's a buff to the glitch grenade. All right, now the big one that a lot of people have been talking about here in recent days is the stun gun. I think they went a little too far, Embark, a little too far. So they increased the stun gun's projectile maximum travel distance from 12 meters to 16 meters. Okay. Players who are stunned can now use specializations and gadgets while stunned. So if you stun them or you get stunned, the RPG, the mesh shield, the charge and slam, all that stuff is game on. All right. Players who are stunned can now aim down sights or ADS while being stunned. So now you can also, zoom in while you're being stunned to effectively have a better aim. Players who are stunned can now crouch. So essentially, all being stunned does to you now is inhibits your movement speed and keeps you from jumping and mantling and vaulting over obstacles. It still does interrupt interactions. So if you're stealing a cash box and you get stunned, it will stop that interaction. Or, obviously if you're doing the stunning, you could stop a cash box steal effectively. But this was, I think, a little too much. I would have liked to see that they maybe give someone who's stunned the ability to crouch and ADS. I think that would be fair. To give them full access to specializations and gadgets almost nullifies the stun gun. Only makes it something to stop the steal. That's pretty hard. So that's my hot take. Let me know what you think about the stun gun nerf in the comments. Vanishing Bomb. Decrease the impact of cloaking effect on the Vanishing Bomb, so affected players are slightly easier to see while moving. They also did this, I don't know why, they did this for the cloaking device as well. So decrease the impact of the cloaking effect so that cloak players are slightly easier to see when they are moving. So they nerfed camo for lights. They nerfed the stun gun, they nerfed the camo. Okay. Maps. They did some tweaking for power shift on Monaco. Not really going to dive too deeply into that. Here's another kind of big one, ladies and gents. It's a nerf to the F-car, I think. We'll test this out. We'll see what the F-car feels like in the practice range here real quick. But they decreased the damage from 25 to 22. They increased the mag size from 20 to 25, so a little more forgiving. And then they increased the fall-off damage multiplier at max range from 50 to 55%. So what that really means is that at range, the F-car will do slightly more damage. It says here, a dev note, our data shows us that the F-car is very strong in the hands of good players, but harder to use for new players. These changes hopefully rein in the weapon's power at high skill levels while making it slightly more forgiving for the newer players. Here's the thing about that, though. And earlier they tried to nerf the F-car by increasing the difficulty of the recoil pattern, which I think is a dumb move, because essentially the really good players are just going to learn that new pattern and it's not going to bother them at all. What they did effectively was just make it harder for newer or more casual players to use the weapon, because they're not going to spend the time to learn that. They're not going to get in practice mode, whatever it takes. Maybe they don't have that kind of hand-eye reactivity to be able to pick up that skill. So they just made it more difficult for the new guys to use, not the pros. So I don't know. We'll see how the FCAR feels. Let me know what you think about the FCAR stuff in the comments. All right, now a couple of things here. Audio animations. This was kind of interesting. They increased the priority of enemy footsteps. I think that's pretty cool. And then they tweaked the loudness of the demat or dematerializer. They increased the loudness of the sound, so you'll be able to more now audibly detect when someone's utilizing the demat. This was dope. We talked about it a second earlier. They added a couple pages on the battle pass mid-season. Rad. I'm all for it. Character fix issues, just like some clothing things. I don't know if you're a controller gyro aimer. I'm not going to dive into this, but you know, if you are, good for you. Good for you. Here's some more gadget things. Let's see, flashbangs, grenades, yada yada. This is just like little things, little bug stuff. I'm not sure that make a big of a deal here. They added soul to power shift. Cool, touched on that. Maps, some collisions, the zip lines. They changed the color red on horizon. Cool. Private matches lowered the requirements to start a match, 2 players. Private match lobby creator now has the option to opt out of participating in the match. So can they go in there and spectate? Let's see. Oh, I'll check that out. Not in this video, but I'll check that out. Private match lobby creator can now kick players. Okay, kick the toxicity. Minor UI improvements, and then power shift is now available in private matches. Let's go. This is a big deal. This might be the best fix that they've got here. It's ranked, and I think I like what they did to it. So they reduced ranked tournament size from 48 to 24. What that means now, you'll probably have faster queue times and more crystallized matchmaking between the player ranks. And I'll, explain that more in a second. Reduced ranked tournament duration from 4 rounds to 3 rounds. That reflects the 48 to 24 players to account for the change in number of players. Increased the speed at which visible league ranking synchronizes with the SBMM ratings. And that's search-based matchmaking. Improved matchmaking to closer matchmake players within their league rank. So not only did they shrink down the player volume size for each tournament, they tried to increase, or shall I say, maybe more like put some horse blinders on making those tournaments in terms of like rank and match made. And what I think is this going to create better lobbies, better tournaments where golds are going to get with more golds, and diamonds will get more plat diamond folk, and the bronze silver people will be more closely rated. That's their goal, and we'll see how that actually comes to fruition. They added an indicator in the league overview screen to show the progression. This is the same as the arrow thing, so that's maybe a little bit of a quality of life thing. Cool, I guess. The rest of this stuff here is not that big of a deal or worth talking about. And then just because maybe for those who are interested, security and anti-cheat. Added a requirement to have a secure boot enabled for certain players. Several new suspension rules based on anomaly detection. Added suspension rules using for aimbot. General improvement and fixes. And then, we've got that report system. So this is a step. They're making steps. Guys, the finals. All right. I will put a link to the patch notes in the description if you wanted to dive into some more of this in depth or read them for yourselves. Without further ado, let's go jump in game and test this out. Okay, one of the first big changes they said they made were with the barricade. So let's take a look at what. All right. Oh my gosh, they've taken out the head glitch. Oh no. No, wow, that is a really big change. That's kind of a nerf. I would say that is a nerf to that meta play with the heavy. Before, if you don't know what the head glitch is, well, you could throw it out a barricade, and then you'd be able to peek over the top with the heavy and use that as a defensive maneuver to get some shots off. It was great. I loved doing that, and I wasn't bothered by people who did it either. There's ways around it, but now you can no longer do that. I wonder if you can, I wonder if you could stand on a barrel. Let's see here. Let's see if we can get around this. So let's put that guy down there. Oh, yeah, let's see. Oh, I don't want to mantle it. Okay. All right. We could still kind of do it. So you just got to place down a barrel. and stand up. Stand up on the barrel. Well, there you go. There's my head glitch. Yeah, Embark. You're not taking it away. You're not taking it away from me. Okay, but that's pretty big. I wonder how this holds up indoors. All right, so let's see. Let me put one here. Oh, there's a little lip there. It's not gonna let me do it. But if we put one there, if we see, you've got a little lip. If you can put that up closer, you're not gonna be able to get in now, and then people can't. Can you mantle over it? Oh, you can't even mantle over that? What the? No, hold on. Let me. Oh man, you can't mantle over this thing? Whoa, no way. Am I just tripping? Is it because I'm inside or something weird? Oh yeah, it's just because I'm inside. Whoa, you can't mantle over it inside. Whoa, that's crazy. Huh. Well, I mean, you're going to be able to really place these and just kind of like dominate. I wonder if you... Yeah, so if you put it like that, you're not getting in. You can't get in. You could totally and completely stop people from getting into a doorway in that way and force them to use like an RPG or a canister to get in from a different position. That's crazy. That's nuts. That change. Oh, whoa! That guy could just do what he wants, I guess. All right, what's next? So the next big change was the F car. So let me see if they like did a low key nerf to the no. That's about the same recoil pattern. So I was wondering if they did like a low key nerf to the recoil pattern, a little shadow nerf, but that's pretty much the same. So you know, you can do a little bit of recoil smoothing, or you could just learn the pattern. That wasn't a great one. Let's do another one just for show. You just gotta slowly, slightly pull down on it. Not bad. All right, let's test this thing out, see how it feels. Just want to use. Wow, the clip does feel bigger. Not quite sure though. You know. Let's see. I don't know. Was that a big enough, or was that a big enough damage takeaway with the added clip? It's hard to say. It's hard to say. It almost feels better because of that clip extension. You could just really. I don't know if this really necessarily locks. You know what? It's probably like making the F car, or pardon me, the M60 and the Lewis gun roughly. You know, because those feel pretty equal now in terms of like the meta or a gun that's useful. It comes down to like what recoil pattern do you want to choose. You know, the M60 got so many bullets. Still, the AKM still has a much larger clip, but I wonder if the DPS is nearly the same now. I wonder if the DPS is nearly the same. I'm gonna have to do some like TTK testing on these two, but just my anecdotal kind of take on it, I don't know. I still think the F car feels pretty good. I think that extended clip might make it easier for some people, especially if you're good with the recoil pattern. We'll see. We'll see. Well, I think that about wraps it up for all of the things that are in the update 2.6.0. Let me know what you think about it in the comments. Please jump on the Discord if you're down, if you're cool. Hey, I appreciate y'all watching. Like and subscribe.